Hello the internet, my name's Laura and welcome back to my channel. Today is just kind of a get stuff done type of day. So, as you can see, I've got a plant here that I was checking the moisture on. It is still nice and moist. Down in there, does not need watering. And I've been checking the weather because normally around here we get some cold weather in April, and then like at the end of April we get another like cold snap, and then we move into May and usually we don't get any more frost. And I've been watching the weather. We're now in the middle of April, and the 10-day forecast is still showing nothing like near freezing. Not that, you know, it can't just suddenly one day be super freezing. But I think what I'm going to do is take a lot of my succulents outside because they're going on a covered porch. So if there's like an accidental freeze, like it just happens to get and frost, it won't get those plants. And if it's not much colder than that, it's not going to kill them. You know, if I see it get cold, obviously I'm going to bring them back in, but just, I want to do some reorganizing. I got those new plants from, Logies, and then I got the new plants that I bought the other day that you guys saw, and I did some propagating. I'm trying something new with my, my cane begonias, where I actually have transferred them into terracotta. Because I think what has happened is they just haven't dried out, and I think that might have been part of the reason why the leaves were like doing that weird, getting like dead spots on the leaves or whatever. And so obviously this is my begonia pink minx, and this is one of my begonia lucernas, and I chopped them off, and so now I have all those propagations sitting in water, and I've got a whole bunch of, I just got stuff, right? There seems to suddenly be a whole bunch of things. So I'm going to take a lot of these succulents outside. I got to take those out, some of the succulents from up there, and I'll just have to see. I've also got my my dahlias. The dahlia tubers that I got have been growing really, really well. I might just go ahead and stick them out on the porch just to kind of get them used to being outside. Because they're obviously going to go outside. Those I'm not going to obviously plant until I'm like sure it's not going to frost, because if I plant them I can't bring them back inside. But we'll do that. And so just in general, there's just, you know, some moving and a shaking, and then definitely some watering. And part of the reason I bought this new phone, I don't know if you've noticed the change in quality. I didn't really care about the change in the quality, but I did get a phone that has 256 gigs of storage space on it. There's no way that I need 256 gigs of storage space, but my hope was that I could just tape. You know, part of my problem was I was running out of space and battery when I was when I would go to nurseries in other cities, because I wouldn't have the space on my phone, and then I had that little fob that went on it, but then that drained the battery really fast, and I'd either run out of space or I'd run out of battery, and this new phone is supposed to fix that. And I think it might be fun to just kind of like leave it rolling and then cut it up a little bit more, because usually I'm like, well, I don't want to let it run too long because then I'll run out of space, but now I don't have to really worry about that. I don't know. I'm gonna try this out, and I don't know how it's gonna go, but you guys will see the finished video, because, you know, I'll post something for sure. But I'm just gonna kind of let myself be random today, and we're just gonna kind of see how it goes. So don't know. I wonder if I should set it back farther and then you guys can like see more of what's going on. I don't know. First off, though, I'm definitely going to take some of these plants outside. And nice little thing is now that I have a lot of my succulents in these adorable little trays, this is much easier to carry upstairs. So we'll get that and this. And yeah, I'm going to carry these upstairs and then I will be back. I don't know how this angle is going to be, but I'm hoping that as I'm working on it, yeah, I'm kind of far away. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to hear me, but I got all these plants out here, and now I kind of want to organize them a little bit by like size and all that kind of stuff. This is going to need to be tied down because it gets very windy up here sometimes, and this is just very top heavy. This is usually fine, but I've got most of my succulents out here now, along with my light prints, which I don't know, the color on it hasn't been looking great, and I'm not sure whether it's a light thing. I mean, it seems like it's fine light-wise. It's growing nice and compact and everything, but I don't know. I'm going to see if it does a little bit better out here. But I have all these guys out here. And then my bigger plants over here. Some of these you guys might not have seen in a while. Are you stuck? Yeah. There we go. And then you definitely have not seen this cactus in a while. And then some of these other guys. This guy's not doing so hot that I kept moving it and the little leaves kept falling off. And there went another one. Yeah, so I might have to do something with this sometime. This guy's just been growing for so long. And then these, I thought it was growing out of these. It might just be that it hasn't grown a lot of new leaves recently. That's why it still has these spots on it, but I don't know. We'll have to see. And I just have to be careful not to prick myself on anything, because I've got a whole bunch of cacti. I already caught my finger on the pharaoh cactus over there with the stupid little hooks. So I don't know, we're gonna see. We're gonna have to watch and see how things go with the sun, because I don't know, I had this plant in this exact place last year and it did fine, and then this year I brought it out here and literally all of the leaves are just sunburned, all except for this one, which is one of the newer leaves. But I don't know, I'm kind of upset about that, but I'm not taking it back inside, so. And then I brought the Whitney out here. I want to see how that does. So I don't know if it'll do well or not out here. But it hasn't put on much growth, and I'm hoping if it's outside, it will put on some more growth. So here we go. Oh, that's a nice picture. Yeah, and now, as you can see, I suddenly have like a lot of space. You probably can't even see down there, but that whole shelf is empty as well. So most of what's left in here are my begonias, because I'm not really sure I want to mess with the begonias outside, though some of them, I don't know. I might end up seeing how the succulents do and then putting some of the begonias outside if they do okay. Some of the larger ones where like they get a little bit sunburned, I still have some plant left. These guys, I was telling you, I put a whole bunch of these, or my cane begonias in the terracotta. This terracotta is like wet. I mean, not wet, but like it is damp all the way around. It's like pulling the moisture out of the soil. It must have been entirely too wet. So I don't know. I'm excited to see how that goes, but I still need to try and figure out how everything's gonna get organized. Okay, feeling overwhelmed. So we should just start maybe with, I don't know, I wonder if I should move some of the shelves around now that I have fewer plants in here. I'm wondering. Because I feel like I like the amount of stress that these guys get, my primulinas, but I feel like this is a little bit too close. And I'm thinking that maybe if I move it down just a little bit, it'll be better. And then I would take those lights off. Or I wonder if I could get rid of, unfortunately, I don't think I can get rid of both of these shelves. I don't think I can get rid of both of these shelves. Or at least the grow lights on them, just because, I mean, not that I know, I'm just waffling. I'm probably not even going to put this part in the video. Maybe I will. We'll see. Done pretty well considering I haven't watered it like in months and months and months. Yeah, I like my little cardboard that mean that I don't have lots falling into the on the slab, between the slabs that they fall into. But they do get kind of dirty and wet. The only thing that's going to stay in here that was using that light is this guy, which is a little bit of a shame because he's doing really well, but I'm hoping that he will continue to do well under one of the other lights. So, okay, so. Okay, and my primulinas are all going on this shelf. God, that feels so far away, but I mean, they say usually about, I don't know. Like I said, this is an experiment. It might be horribly, horribly wrong. But that's okay, because that's why we experiment. So that things can go wrong, and then we can know why they go wrong, and then we can put them back to the way they were, probably. All right, but you need to, and you've been doing fine up here. And you've only been getting like that much light. But I do want to move them back down here with the other primulinas. Because I like having them all together. It's kind of nice. And frosted jade. I know, after I killed the other frosted jade, I now have a new frosted jade. How are you doing? The leaves coming out the middle really do look like a much better color. Like, see, the ones in the middle are just much darker green. I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and pull off these yellow leaves on the outside. I think it had bugs, and when I took care of the bugs, it started doing a lot better. But obviously the leaves then don't go back to the way they were, because, you know, they're already yellow, so. Which is kind of a shame, because so many of them are doing so well. Okay, well, we've trimmed it up, so we'll see. Okay, so that's the primulina. Oh no, I have some primulinas over here. None of these got taken when I did my plant sale. I think because nobody really knows what primulinas are. Actually, now that I've moved this back up, I'm gonna bring because I had the African violet over there and it was just not doing well at all. And I took it and I moved it over where it doesn't even have a grow light over there, and it's looking much happier. I lost all the variegation that was on this plant, which was actually one of the reasons why I got it in the first place. But the flowers are really pretty, and I still like this plant, so I'm still gonna obviously try and keep it alive and happy. So we're gonna see if it does better now that it's farther away from the light source. You know what, we're gonna put you back there. Just moving things around. Some of these guys take up way more space than the others, so. Like this one. And I don't want them to touch because some of them still kind of have mealybugs. I have it mostly under control. But okay, so there we go. Okay, so that is all of my primulinas. They're now all on the same shelf there. This shelf is going to be I don't know, I'll probably end up putting junk on it because okay, and then begonia shelves, tall begonia shelves, short begonia shelves. This peperomia that needs to be compactified again. Oh, interesting. That leaf just got sliced right through. Yeah, this guy grows kind of out. Truthfully, I could put it into a heavier pot, and then it wouldn't quite fall over. Where's that other mug that I have? You would probably go really well in that. I have it up there. Actually, do you want to live in the giraffe? I wonder if the giraffe will fit in. I haven't had anything. Oh no, that's like way too big. Who wants to go in the giraffe? Actually, the Nane Argentine might go real nice in the giraffe. Just kind of. The leaves hang down. And the only reason that I have space for the head is because it grows around this little tag that I put in here for. But that's so cute. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to water it in there, but you know what? I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out because that's super cute. Super cute. How do I want it? I think I want it to face like that so that I can see the face and the plant at the same time. I know, I almost feel like I need to put it in the back now. Because now this poor Loki back here is like, you're stealing all my thunder. Nobody can even see me. I also put my Etna in, my Etna in a terracotta pot because I wanted to see if that would help improve the situation. Again, it's too early to know whether or not this is going to improve anything or not, because it's got to like be, it's got to just be for a while. But getting all of the dying leaves out of there can definitely help, because sometimes the plant puts energy into keeping them alive, and when it could be putting that energy toward growing new ones that will not be dying, hopefully. That's the idea. Anyway, my propagation attempt of this has actually been going pretty well. Where actually I can show you. This is just a laid back video, so I can take as much time with it as I want, and then we'll have to cut it down to whatever. Ooh. I had it on hand. These are the Begonia Etna, where I snipped off part of the rhizome, and then I stuck them in here, and they've been kind of rooting, like down in the sphagnum moss, and they're putting out new leaves. That one was trying to put out a flower, which has since died, which is perfectly fine, because it does not need to be flowering. But anyway, this was, I think, the top portion. One of these was the top portion. I just kind of snipped it up. I did it the same way that I did the Begonia Griffins. And it seems to be working pretty well. I don't know whether this is going to be any more hardy than the, because I've tried to propagate Begonia Etnas before, and they seem to do really well until I then try and bring them out of their humidity tent, and then they die. So, it might be my fault, it might not. I'm not sure. It could be. Do you want to go back under some light? Maybe it would help you. Maybe it would help you. Oh, that broke. Okay. Maybe it'll help. All right, you can go back under here. There. Okay, what do we got? We have our, I see the blue's been doing a little bit better. It's actually growing like at all now, which it wasn't for an unfortunately long amount of time. I had never heard that these are particularly difficult to grow, but it just doesn't, it has not been growing very fast for me at all. I mean, I've had it for a really long time now. I've had it for a really long time now, and it just, this is as big as it's gotten. It was not much bigger than this when I got it. I think I've got, what, 3 growth points? Yeah. It's weird. Or actually, I guess you could go over. I've been having my cane begonias over here, the taller ones like the Lucerna. Maybe I should just make this cane begonia central. Because really, I've got a whole bunch of begonias over here right now. And the light's tall enough for them, so I don't know. We'll see. Making noise. I don't know, I put my Trio Star over here, and it seems to be happy, and I almost don't want to move it. I think it's happy because I finally got rid of the spider mites that were on it, but it seems to be enjoying life over there, and that's one of the ones that I really want it to do well, so I almost just want to leave it there. So it stays happy. It's a little yucky looking because it's just kind of sitting there, but I don't know. All right, how are you guys doing? Are you too wet, you say? I know, I let you dry out too much and then I got you too wet. It's possible that the addition of the sphagnum moss to my begonia propagations was not the boon that I thought it would be. It might be that it's just making that the soil is now too wet, or that it just stays too wet for too long, because a lot of these are not doing spectacularly. But I don't know. They were doing poorly for a while. I think they're turning around, and these might just be the things that had died from before when they were doing poorly. So I don't want to change anything quite yet. I do just want to get rid of these older leaves that are yucky. And then maybe I can keep an eye on it and see what does or doesn't improve. All right, that guy is just, you are just falling all over the place. So get in the soil, please, and become a plant. Be good to have these under light. Let's go ahead and stick those there. That light's going to be on anyway. Turn that on. Ooh, it's bright. Yeah, I haven't decided at all what's going to go down there yet, but for right now, those guys can sit there, and that'll be fine. There we go. My little flamenco. I'm going to leave the Bonnie Coswell there. And how are you doing? My little Kit Kat. Okay, so now that I'm blinding you from behind, I think that's going to be the video for today. There's still some stuff that I want to get done, but I think reorganizing has done a lot of it for me, so. At least my humidity is stabilizing. That's kind of nice. Stabilizing at a higher point. Okay, so I think we're good. I will, if you like this video, go ahead and like this video. I know you guys like the longer ones. I don't know what this is going to end up as because there's just a lot of dead space in here. And if you want to stick around and see some more of my stuff, go ahead and subscribe. And thank you so much for spending some of your time with me today. And I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye-bye.